I am not late. See? See? I was actually like, no, not, it's fucking 6 o'clock, shut up. No, like 10 minutes ago, I'm like, nope, I gotta prepare, I gotta be ready, because I know you're gonna be here, and you're gonna be a butt. So I made sure. I didn't change my clock or anything. That's legitimate time. Oh, I probably should. There, let's clear that face a little bit. See, your hashtag butthurt. Get it? Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. Get that face. Actually, I can do even better, actually. Just adjusting this again. Yeah, it is. No dragon today? No. I need to work on this a little bit. I love working on the Raffalo stuff though. So I wouldn't mind just doing that like once a week for fun. It's nice just having something that's super quick to just go bam bam, done. But anyway, so yeah, I need to undo what I did here. That's kind of better, actually. It's like, oh. Alright. I like, just clicked one spot and it went right to this face. I'm like, yep, that's what I'm using. Yeah, it did turn out pretty good. I was actually really concerned. I kind of want to shoot an After Effects here. I have done it a couple times now where you're building the lighting for something, but you don't actually see the background it's in. And I've done it so many times before where you go and build the lighting for something, and it just does not look like it's going to work well. And then when you drop the actual background in, it does, which is the first time that's happened. Normally, you try to set something like that up, and it just looks bad. Like, you're like, oh, this is plenty bright because you're working in a darker environment, and then you go and drop it in there, and it's way too dark, or it's way too bright, or it's something. So, I also ran into an issue where, because I use a blue screen, the red bandana, very, very slightly, I think, is in the purple side, and so it actually was doing a slight transparency, which was annoying. But for people that like seeing how to do the After Effects and the editing in post, I can do that. Doing the chroma key and or as After Effects call it, key light, and some of the editing is super basic stuff. So I'm very bad with After Effects, but I know what I need to know. Oh yeah, I worked on this in 2K, so it's extending a little bit to my other monitor. I can't see chat right now because it's covered. Come on. I've moved a lot of my software to my SSD and my M.2. Adobe is not one I have done that with yet, which is something I should do. I think this should load. I think I might have moved one thing. No, I know I moved it now. I can see. No, I guess it's fine. No, so yes, this is how it ended up looking. But no, when I imported it, it looked like itself. No, I have no video showing. So it'd be this, yeah, this one, and then we'll do had this set up. Oh no, wait, I had this wrong. It's this one. Okay, so there is nothing in the background there, so that's why it's like doing a weird thing. Let's just add. Oops. Just add a background so that we can see fine. Okay. And it's still... Oh yeah, because I don't want to see the video. Okay, there we go. Well, that's why I was showing the video, because that's how I recorded it. That is the actual video. Anyway, so yeah, this is how it looked, and I was worried that it was going to be like not bright enough or not too dark. And I was actually surprised then that when the actual video went in there, it actually like blended really, really well. But a lot of that took a lot of time to learn how to plan ahead for that stuff. Okay, so for like, that's the video there. And then the mask. The mask is over, I think it's the black. No, the black is, I just added a little bit of a vignette around the edges to help focus it to the center. But since the sun, I was assuming, going to be on the corner there, I left that without. And then, or by using a mask. If you go in here to the mask, you can see I had it so that the outside, the circle is the black. And so it's going into the edges, but over here it's not so much. But I also added this one. So I had it just a yellow in the corner there using a add so that it made it look like the sun was coming from a direction. And then those two together just helped to give a focus, like it's darker in the car and lighter outside. But so I think it was the chroma key that I had the mask on. So yeah, so I don't know why it was being weird in its positioning. I think with how I did scaling it was. So this mask is actually like this thing, and it's following at a weird distance. So you can see actually the bandana, it actually is underneath it, like it had slight transparency. So without this, let me just disable the mask. Oh no, that was for that. Inverted 100. There we go. So you can actually see the thing behind his bandana. I couldn't use the over D-spill bias to fix it, so I just said screw it, and I added a mask that was just into there a little bit, so then you can kind of see it got moved, but there we go. I did like that, and then so it had a little bit of the mask bleeding through on the edges, but I didn't care because whatever. No, I've had to do that before. It's just the color that I used, which is the pure blue, was slightly in the value range of that for some reason. I've had to mask out things like that before, or at least in a similar fashion. One of the ones I did that for a while back was the Derpy's Destiny thing. I wouldn't be able to open up the file for it because I've moved files so many times since then. This one. At this point, when she has all those like videos going around her, all of those were green screens, and I believe I did the green screen, and then with a green screen, without a green screen, and then I did the green screen one that overlaid the other one to make it slightly transparent, and so then they could also fade away here. And when I did it, I think it was in one of the other ones that I did it wrong and the key was off, and because of it, Derpy's hair was orangish, and I didn't catch it for a while. But also, these weren't... Well, I did a green screen. It ended up being that the green screen was only to get the transparency around her. The auto tracking, I was really bad at it, so I didn't really know how to do auto tracking. And even then, because it goes behind her or whatever, and some of these edges, it was not working very well. So I ended up doing manual corner pin. So a corner pin, which actually I can show you because I have it in the Rathalos one too. Corner pin is, it just allows you to control all four corners of the video. So for the background, yeah, for this one, if you go to corner pin, you can see that the four corners are here, 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 and here. It was, I had to reshape it, or at least I tried to, where the things that were coming at the car to the right were going to be bigger because everything else was going further away. So I wanted to make it kind of simulate that, but didn't really work the way I wanted it to. But anyways, so when I did this video, I actually corner pinned to where I took the original video that I was putting in there and put it in the corners just outside the edges of the green, and used that as a reference so that as the video went through here, I would just go frame by frame and move it. The problem was when you get into situations like right here, how do you know where this pin goes in this one? So it was a lot of eyeballing and just watching for when things jumped too much and hoping that I got it right. It still is not perfect. I like how even in here, freaking credits, but it worked. So it got the job done. It was just annoying. A lot of manual work. I think this is the first time I really played with green screens, or at least something like that. I did something similar to this in this one. At the very end in the credits for this one, I took some of the things that I learned from that. Though this actually, I think, no, this one didn't use auto tracking. So here I had it so that it was following a plane. This one is not so good, but the next one, how it looked like it was attached to the plane of wherever they are. That one, oh, I don't have my backup drive on, but what I ended up doing was I ended up just rendering out a green screen with placeholder points. So I don't remember the name of the model anymore, but there's one that exists on the workshop that you can get that's a green screen, but it has like green, blue, and red colors for all the different corners of a box. And then within those boxes, it has like 2 or 4 or 9, I can't remember if it's 3x3 or 2x2, markers, like little plus signs. And I put that on the plane that I wanted the text, and then I went again doing corner pin. The nice thing is the camera, when it gets to this point, is very consistent in its motion. So a lot of it was just keyframing beginning and end, and it would just move around throughout the whole thing. So this is, well, looking like it's moving in 3 dimensions, but it's actually not. It's just corner pinned and moving to following the plane of which I had done the render. So, but it's because of that you can see, if you look ever so closely, the video looks to like kind of shake just a little bit on some of these edges, but it's so minor it's barely noticeable. This one took me forever to render too, because I didn't render out this video before doing this. I actually took the actual final copy with all the edits and everything, put it into that. So this background here is a blurred version of the actual video, and all this is the original video. It bogged down my computer for like 3 hours just to render this one little small portion out of After Effects. It was nuts. But yeah, but this is one of my like favorite things I did for the video was just this credit sequence. It was simple, but I was going for the Marvel type approach, how they do their credits, where the text is kind of floating there. That, and I just love this part. I just love that. Sorry, that was louder than I wanted. Let's try that again. Oh, actually, I can't technically play this music because it would get me get the video removed. I had to put that video back up with new music because of that. You don't need ears. So yeah, that's that, and with this one I did so for the key light, all I did is add key light and then made the screen color blue. That's really all I did with that. Key light's super easy and it's really smart. It figured out everything. That's literally just boom and it was done. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, the bandana wasn't originally red, it was pink. That's why. So the pink was pushing it into the purple range and therefore slightly transparent. Okay. I was thinking originally that it was red. Then I would be like, that doesn't make any sense. But no, it was pink. So, okay. Alright, I understand now. But no, so all I really did with this then was I added levels, which just helps clear it up. It's hard to tell, but it just makes the darks darker and the lights lighter. And vibrance, which I don't think you'll be able to tell that at all in this stream. I usually put it like 40 something. This one's only 34. It just makes colors pop. That's all it does. It's like it's not saturation increase. I don't know quite what it is. It helps just make colors pop more, while saturation just makes everything look like Technicolor. For anything pony or just really anything in general, putting vibrance up like 30 or 40 helps a lot. Like if you put this up all the way, you can just see what it does to the colors. Maybe you don't want that. Actually, going down, you see here, if you go to -100, you're not actually getting rid of all color. You're just like this is still very green, but he's now I don't want to say watered down, but he just, I don't know, it feels a lot more bland. But I have used that before for Fallout stuff. Fallout stuff actually works really well for going into like -30 or something. You go like -30 and then add like a blue hint to stuff, and it tends to, or depending where it is, false stuff was better with that blue. Anyway, one thing I forgot to do with this is I forgot to put my name in the corner. I had a lot of people re-uploading those things, so I started doing that. So yeah, Twilight. Oh, and I'm gonna put a reminder out there. So yeah, if anybody has any questions or on a SFM, they want to see something I've done before as an example, or just to see something and open up the actual file, the point of the stream is for asking questions. So if you have any, bring them up. No worries. She's got so many good faces here. She saw a spider. You're really fast. Looks like she's just crazy. Look at the derped eyes. Oh no, I don't think it's not people stealing content. If somebody were to retweet, they would just get text, or if they link it, there's just text. If you actually copy and paste or export the video and then do it, it looks better. That's people's, I think, intent. I don't think they're always trying to steal. There's actually like one person on YouTube that he would download videos and he would re-upload them on his own channel for the purposes of having a place to watch them. I'm like, you just put it in the favorites. like, you're re-uploading, why? And I ended up messaging him on one of mine, and I'm not a dick where I go and just immediately put a copyright strike kind of stuff. If it's only like a couple hundred views, I usually like whatever, not worth it. But if it gets more than that, I'll put just a message on their channel, and I'll be like, hey, I'll give you 3 days to take it down yourself, or I'm going to put in for a strike. And I put that down, and the guy replies, don't. I'm like, okay, so wait the 3 days. And so then I put in for a removal. YouTube takes like 10 seconds, and it's down. No, it's about 2 or 3 hours. And he replied somehow to that comment, even though the video was down. I think he can get to it still. And it said asshole or something. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Interesting tidbit, if you're on Twitter and you don't want somebody to share something, one thing that I'll find out, or find every now and then, is there is a channel called, it's like, I forgot they're called, they're like MyVid and something. There's 2 different ones that are the main ones, and if you put in, or if you comment or apply or forward that tweet, I guess, to respond to the tweet with that Twitter account, it will send you a direct message, I think it is, of a link to download it, which is basically where people can just download the video stuff, and I like that. So if you ban them from your channel, though, that channel can't access your tweets, and it doesn't work anymore. So that's what I did. But if you want to cheat it, which, it's great. I'm going to tell you how not, or what not to do, and then tell you how to. Let's just find a video. That's a GIF. Actually, GIFs are videos. So, like, okay, so we have a video here. Let's do right-click, inspect. And now we're going to go down, and we're going to find that video. So we're going to go, so it's in here. And then it's in here. So it's going to keep highlighting whenever you're in the thing for it. Here, 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 here. What pages are complicated? There we go. So you go down far enough, and there is the actual MP4 link to the file. There you go. Download it to your heart's content. I bet you can just like right-click it and say download or something. No, not on here. But you can say open a new tab. There you go. You have the video. Right-click, save video as. So you don't need that crap. It's just cheap. No, this is if anything, that would be considered script kiddie. One of the cool things, though, about this Internet Explorer 11, I know because I use it at work. I have to for work. I hate Internet Explorer, but I have to. And Chrome and all the Chrome have it where you can do this inspect element. You can do some neat things with that. Like, let's just go to my profile. And let's just say, like Rathos goes for a drive. Okay, we're going to go right-click, inspect element. And it's going to pop up here with some of the information. So here's the text. You can actually go in here and you should be able to say, okay, Rathos goes for a drive. I wanted to say something else. I'm going to say, so it's hates ponies. It's only local. It doesn't actually change anything on the servers, but it lets you modify visual aspects. So when people take screen caps of conversations and say, you said this is why it doesn't mean crap, because you can change anything. I mean, it's not just Photoshop that uses it. You could forge tweets. You can do whatever you want. If I really wanted to go into it, I could change the name, the @ symbol, my picture, everything, and do whatever I want. I could redirect it to a different video. So, it has its uses. For instance, at my last job, I was writing work instructions on how to use a software program that we were implementing, and I didn't want to use real people's names that were on there. So anytime I wanted to do a screenshot that was utilizing user accounts, I would go into the inspect element and I would change the name to John Smith, so that all the screen caps I was using had that name. If it was a situation where I couldn't do that, I would utilize the function within. This is why I love this program within here, where I could just go blur, and then I would like hide. So. But yeah, if you want to, like, not as much forged tweets, but it does make things easier than having to edit in Photoshop or whatever, and it looks more legit because it's the actual software. I think you can even, like, do, like, let's see here. 4. I don't like that. We're going to do, like, yeah! So you can do whatever you want. Oh, it's probably like capital M. But also I have there we go. That would be what it would be. Yeah, but if I go reload it now, yeah, it's just back to what it was. I have a degree in web development, so I why do I suddenly have a huge influx in questions in the last hour? I don't know. But no, I did a lot of web development for years, so a lot of that stuff is pretty easy. And I wish that they had that functionality back when I was doing it. That's a newer thing. Yeah, that's what that is. Nope, that actually is not snipping tool. Snipping tool is here. The snipping tool allows you to go new, and you can take your little image here, and then you're like, yeah, I got a picture. What I have is Snagit, which overrides my print key button, lets me do segments. You can even record video from that section. Select the actual bits. I think one of my favorites of that too is that you can use the mouse keys. So you can say, I want to get this, let's say I want to grab this exact button right here. If I wait a second, I can go pop it up and go space. If I hold Alt, I go a little faster. Bam, button. Then I bring it into here. You'd be like, okay, well, this is a round button, but those edges, I don't want them. I need this to be on a white background. Oops. We're all the way 0. There we go. There we go. Now you have your button. It makes it so easy to export buttons. Like, I had to use that all the time for work instructions. So, it also keeps a log of everything. Yeah, you can blur it. You can fill stamp. It does copy over mouse pointers, but it makes it as an image or a separate image overlay. So if you want to remove it from the picture, you just click it and it's gone. Callouts, arrows. This program is super powerful. I thought it was because it cost $30, but after I played with it at my previous job, I loved it so much, and I realized how much potential it had. I had to buy it myself like 3 days later. Yeah, it's super, super handy. Oh yeah, and you weren't on here when we brought it up before. Here's the other one that's super useful too. No, I don't care. Just let me. No, don't send you data. Would you like us to spy on you? Sure. Let's say you have your resume here. Actually, I have it zoomed in for a reason. And you have like, oh, I got all these pages, and I need to get this whole thing, but it won't fit in one screen. Yeah, you just do that. There you go, full page. You can take absolutely stupidly high picture resolution stuff with this by doing that auto scroll. So it literally just scrolls the page and takes screen caps as it goes. So a full website, top to bottom, done. No, I love that program so much. There's actually a newer edition that came out not long ago, but I have 2018's version, and to get to 2019 it cost me like $15 to upgrade. I don't even see a need in it. No, it is if you are looking to get it, it's called Snag It. Every now and then it's popped up on Humble Bundle by TechSmith. But yeah, it's that price went up. Can you still buy 2000? It used to be $30 when I got it. Do they have? Oh, they do have an educational license if you have that. Oh, but it's 2 machines per user, which is actually pretty nice. Yeah, that's if I want to upgrade, it costs me like $12. But it used to be. Oh, I guess you have to pre-buy the upgrade now. Meh. It used to be like $30. I don't know if it's quite worth 50. Yeah, that's a bit more than I would maybe pay. But 30, if you can find it for 30, check Humble Bundle every now and then. They've had a bunch of TechSmith stuff on there before. It usually goes along with Stardock stuff. I think it's worth it for sure. If you want to if you want to put the money down for it anyway. Anyway, and the video recording part of that I haven't really played around with too much. While it has the functionality, I don't know how good it is. So, not sure. Sony Vegas was on there, but I don't think it was like a full package. It was I thought it was like a majority, but not. I'm not sure. I thought about doing it just to have that, and then I could maybe drop the Adobe subscription. I think I paid like $2,400 over the past couple of years for keeping my Adobe subscription. So I've thought about just dropping it. But I use it every couple days. It's not worth $50 a month to me. But I need access to something, and it has everything.
Fire the rockets!
Yeah, but Adobe seems overly powerful to me. Like, if you're using a lot of the higher end functions, I can see Adobe being useful, but I'm not really. Like, I'm using Photoshop to do stuff I could do in GIMP. So I thought about just doing that. But then After Effects, everything I have is saved there. So I feel like I'm in an Apple situation where everything I have is under one thing, and I never want to change then. But I think they do, or they used to do individual plans where you could buy the subscription to one piece of software for like $20, and each one is 20. So I thought I could just get Photoshop and that for $40 a month instead of $50. Supposedly you can complain to High Hell right now too, and you get $20 off a month for a year because of the Photoshop fiasco. They dropped the Creative Cloud new subscription cost from $50 to $30 for a short period. I think it's already passed though, and they say if you had one before, just call and complain and bitch, and you get it anyway. I just kind of missed it.
Now fire the rockets!
Probably should focus on Twilight.
This will be frickin' sick!
Yeah, I haven't actually done it here.
Frickin' sick! This will be this will.
Okay. Ooh. There we go. Gimg. Well, yeah, but it's a trade-off. You might get crashes, but it's free. So, and there are other programs out there too. I could just straight buy them. How much is it to just buy, like, Photoshop? Or can you even buy it anymore? Can you even buy these anymore? Yeah, all apps is 53. I'm still paying 50. Photography is still. I thought they got rid of this package. I mean, it still comes with Photoshop. See, this one I see being worthwhile. This one just comes with too much, kind of. But yeah, I don't think you can actually buy the softwares anymore, which is kind of stupid. But it used to be, if you did, it was like $700 to buy Photoshop or something. I don't know. To me, I offset it because I make enough on YouTube that it almost equally offsets it. What was my last number? I don't even care if I show it or not. I thought it was like 50 to 70 a month. Yeah, 60. Huh, right in the middle. And it costs 52. So that's why I really don't mind. It pays for the hobby. But really, for the amount of subs they have, that should be actually 100 times that. It should be a lot bigger. But it's because I use copyrighted stuff. No, well, you think $9 a month isn't that bad, but that's $108 a year. So, to somebody, $108 a year is quite a bit. So, I usually try to take money like that and extend it for the full year. To me, $53 a month, you're looking at over $600 a year. So it is, in a way, you could buy the whole software, one piece of it at its old price for about 1 year's worth of subscriptions. So I don't see I see 50 being worth it, but not at the same time. It makes it sound better. It's like, well, what did they say? Remember those things where they would say for just 30 cents a day you can give kids whatever. Well, if you say 30 cents a day, it sounds like nothing. But then if you do the math on that, it's $110 a year. So, no, pennies add up. No, they do make more money basing on a subscription and it's more consistent influx of money. Where if you get it all at once, it's there and it's harder. But if you can keep a consistent number coming in, and then say that I buy the subscription, $50 a month, I'm only using 2 products from it, and only on occasion. Like, otherwise I could spend that $700 to buy the program once and then use it for the rest of my life. No, everybody's going to subscription now. It is stupid. Some things make sense for it, but others don't. You're constantly giving more features to something, or more content like Netflix or Hulu or something. Sure, subscription makes sense. But for something like that, a program, do they offer constant support and updates? Yeah, but the updates are incremental. There's been some nice features that have popped up on Photoshop and stuff over time, but nothing I couldn't live without. So to me, they go and add new features, and it's just like putting sprinkles on the cupcake. It doesn't really change much. Oh yeah, if you're making money on it, sure. I mean, if you think about it, like, I want to see. I bet you're not going to be able to find the amount. Or how much does a license for Creo cost? Which is a CAD software. So 2018. Well, there we go. Creo costs $15,000 to $27,000 for a license. So yeah, and I think that is a year. So yeah, but I think you can get it for free as long as it's not being sold, or nothing you make is sold. But to a company, that's nothing. But they're floating licenses. So with the company I was at, when they had the licenses, they had I believe 5 licenses. So they had like 3 main licenses, 1 lower license, and then 1 like admin license. And anybody could use the license, but only that many people could be logged in at a time. That's in contrast to the last place I was at, where it was a license per account. So when you needed to add 100 people, you had to add 100 people worth of cost. If that person never logged into the system, you're still paying for their license. So they both have their positives. In that regard, I think the floating license works better. The system of having these large pools of names, it makes it hard, because then you have to keep pulling people in and out and changing the account structure to try to optimize your usage of it. Well, with Creo, it's just you get in the software and then it locks you out if too many people are on.
Hypothesis.
Okay, so when she gets angry, okay, so she needs to like kind of she's gonna have to like bounce a little bit. Okay, I think that should work. Actually, I might keep it. No, I have to move her down. That's why I was doing that to begin with, so I have to do that. And I think I want to do a little bit more of it. Hey, you're distracting me. That's your fault. Oh, no, should be. Wrong way. I'm actually going to grab the pelvis. I should be paying attention to the music. This is new stuff. I like this one, though. Kingdom of Avalion? You're a bad distraction, but that's fine. Oh, I like this one. So this is... yeah, there we go. Oh, it's only a 2:49 song. Seems short. Okay. I have a very long watch list with some very large playlist ones, and this is one of them. Okay, alright, grab the pelvis in there too. I think I'm gonna do let's go fairly strong with the motion upwards. And then we're going to blend it. Should fix this part first though. Okay, so I think...
Hypothesis. This will be frickin'
okay, I can't go sideways. That was this one. Because if I go to her right side, she does it again right here. It would be too much. Unless you go the other direction. But phone keeps reflecting the screen. Makes me think that there's a video on. Okay, so she needs to have a delay. Actually, I don't know why, but earlier today I had a Fleetwood Mac song stuck in my head. So when I was at work, I was actually listening to like 70s and 80s, early 80s music. Because I had the song in my head, so I just went and looked up the song. What was the name of it? I can't remember the name now. I only knew it at the time because it was in my head. I don't even know how I got it in my head. Hello, Moncreep. You came on when I was working on, finally working on stuff. I think I want to actually have her when she's going down. I'm gonna have the chest 2 go out more. And I'm going to have the neck go down more. Let's go up. So I'm going to have her like dip her head a bit more, I think. Let's see how it works. Just 2 more head up. I'm gonna have to turn it just a little bit like that direction. There we go. If you were wondering, this whole like music I'm playing right now is from Joe Blankenberg, which is actually pretty good. Pretty good stuff. It's not even anime, it's just this is like stop animation. It's like a crow. Whoa, whoa, whoa! It started drifting. Okay, good. Good.
Frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick! Frickin'
I don't think I'm gonna do that kind of. I think the timing's just bad on this. I think that might do it. Nope. Too much. It's like it felt like it was still drifting afterwards. I'm gonna add more to it to follow through, but I need to make sure it's not timing poorly. Actually, it's a Christian server. Yeah, that's better timing. Oh, sorry. Well, if you don't know what the whole thing is, we're working on some stupid science thing. None of it's done yet, though.
I got an idea. a rocket navigation system, but I need your help. Rocket science! Woo! Headshot surgery!
I forgot what the idea for redoing that was. I can't. I'll remember it.
Squishy! Yeah! Yeah! Now grab the brain! You got a brain! Woo! Now put the brain on this rocket! Now fire the rocket! Hypothesis: this will be frickin' sick! Science!
I don't have the rest of it done after that. I think we have. Oh yeah, slug for now, and then some stuff with potentially her. So, anyways, context. Though this part we were gonna redo,
Headshot surgery!
kind of, or at least add part to it. But I can't remember what that was now. Oh, it was one of these ones.
Be a rocket science? Hey, you wanna be a rocket scientist?
Yeah, that was it. Hey, you want to be a rocket scientist? I was gonna have her ask that to him, and have him just be like, "Nope." But anyway, I think though that I might need to brighten up this shot a little bit,
Fire the rocket!
just because this is a fairly bright shot, and then it goes to a fairly dark shot. Oh, actually, no, I don't think I need to do that. I think it just feels dark because she's out of her light. If I get the light back on her face, it probably help. But it's because I started this, or I did the lighting before having her move. I was considering the idea of the video being called Rocket Surgery, but not sure yet.
This will be frickin' sick! Frickin' sick! Sick! Frickin' sick! Frickin' sick! Frickin' sick! 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 And sick! And sick!
So yeah, context. I've been working on this way too long. November 9th. This should have been done months ago.
Frickin' sick!
But distractions and dragons.
Frickin' sick! Frickin' sick! Sick! And sick! 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 Sick!
These things take time.
Sick! Frickin' sick! Frickin' sick! Sick!
It's actually funny because I always thought that originally I had, because I don't put out much content, that, because a lot of comments I get when I put out a video is, "Oh, you're back from the dead," and like yeah, BRB 6 months or something. And well, I do have longer release times. I watch Vertasium's videos, and he did a recent video about YouTube and the algorithm and stuff, and he was saying that he gets it too, the exact same thing. And he's like, but I put out a video like every 2 weeks, so what? And so it's just YouTube now. I think my funniest metric to look at on YouTube, though, is that on average, putting out a video, at least initially, has a negative impact on my subscriber count. I don't like the new interface here with this. So, subscribers. Okay, so that's... How do I get just the subscribers and nothing but? I think that's the count here. Yeah. Let's go the past 90 days. I believe this is when I put out the Rathlos video, the 14th. So it actually went down. This December 12th, I'm pretty sure was also a release. I gotta go to the studio again. No, there wasn't anything there. I think there was something else, but like when did I put out 2 Easy Steps? That was on October 27th. Yep. I actually dipped. And I've for the last 2 years I've noticed that if I put something out the day that I put it out, I get my normal increase of like 50 to 100, and also a decrease of about 200 to 300. No, the main reason that I can think of that is when you have infrequent subscription or infrequent releases, people come and go from the fandom. And so I suddenly put out a video after 6 months, and somebody, when I put the video out, goes, oh, that's pony stuff, and they unsubscribe. Or they saw something that was different, and like there was something with Rathlos or some kind of a tutorial, and said this is useful information, subscribe, and then saw content that did not fit with what they had originally. And it's been growing more and more like that, to where the day of release and the day after have a lower subscriber count than just letting nothing happen. It's stupid. No, I don't think it's that. It's a lot of people are still subscribing, but they're new. Well, a lot of people that are unsubscribing are the people that have been here they were in there a long time ago and aren't anymore. I think it's like you're carrying a full bucket of water, and every now and then it's going to spill some of the water that's been in there a while, but you put more water in. So it happens, but it's just, I thought that's funny, is that usually you think when you put out a new video that's going to be an increase, but really I've noticed no change. If anything, it's just been negative. But that's, again, not why I'm doing it. I do it because it's fun. I can't remember what it was, though. I did have one of them that was a legitimate negative number. Like the day after I put it out, it was, I think, negative 27. I was like, what? Okay, so this, you need to offset the motion from below.
Sick! Sick! Frickin' sick! 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 Frickin' sick!
I'm going to leave it as it is for now, but I'm probably going to have to add more to it. I just need to get the eyes figured out for more details. But also, yeah, YouTube's algorithm is... Vertassium went into a big, long thing about the algorithm and how he at least perceives that it works. And a lot of it made sense, where you're competing for flashy and clickbait. Because the more clicks and views you get, the more clicks and views you get. And so if somebody, you can provide good information, but if you're only getting your subscriber base, you're not going to grow, you're going to just stay where you are. You have to have stuff that other sites bring in. So, for instance, if you look at the analytics, it says... yeah, so traffic sources, a lot are from a Google search. So the index, I don't know, not even from YouTube itself, but a lot of them are from outside sources. Freaking Kelchan's video having 1 out of every 20 click-throughs. Having these, like if these tags weren't put in there correctly, I would be missing out on stuff from that. But this one is the main thing, suggested videos. So even when I put out something, my subscribers aren't getting it the most. It's YouTube sharing it with other people that is bringing in the most, which means this is the thing, this click-through rate. I remember that being that is basically one of the most important numbers. So it's about people. So this is saying 7.6 million people saw it, so that while scrolling through or at the end of a video, it was there. But only 1.1 million of those clicked through and actually selected it. And so I had a click-through rate of 14.5. The higher this number, the more YouTube shows it, because it shows it's popular. So that means you want something flashy and stand out, and not even just fancy like title. It's a thumbnail, because that's what you see at the end of the videos. I've noticed that if like for videos, putting out like this one, Flight 2D Steps, the thumbnail itself doesn't stand out. I didn't care because it's the only one on there that really worked for not being a spoiler, but it doesn't stand out. But this one also does not stand out. I had originally considered to change it because to me it actually doesn't work for a thumbnail at all, but I just left it. Lego Fatality does stand out. Bullets kind of does too. This one does not. I would have probably gotten way more videos on the Australia video if I would have had a more flashy thumbnail. So, but again, that's if you're trying to game the system to maximize views. If you're trying to profit and make money so that you can survive on YouTube, no, I don't care about that. So I just put out a pretty thumbnail and call it good. But yeah, it's because of remembrance. I don't even like. This is the other thing that confuses me. So if you look at frickin' remembrance, I don't know what happened. Right here, because this is a release, and then literally that was September 2015. June of 2018, it suddenly got a spike upwards, and I was trying to figure out what the cause was, and I have no clue. But at this point, it only had like I think under it's like 2 million something, and now it's at 9. I don't know what happened. I thought maybe Ashley H's videos had something to do with it. I think something with the algorithm changed and it prioritized it. Yeah, I actually have this rule on YouTube. if it looks to be intentional clickbait, I will not click it. Even if it sounds interesting, I will not click it, because it's I don't want to enhance that system anymore by making it work. It just seems to me that the system is poorly driven to just prioritize that kind of content that comes out in poor quality and high numbers, and that is getting views because they are just playing the system. I mean, I guess that's how the world works, but I don't like it. So, yeah. Okay, so I gotta do your eyes. That was what I was gonna do. But yeah, if you want to hear some good information on how that works, Veritasium has this one, How to Go Viral. He does some really good videos, but he went over this video where in 2 weeks it had 30 million views, and he was trying to figure out about it, and actually talked with some YouTube professional people at a conference, and was saying the thumbnail was banger. So yeah, it's a good video. It's a longer video. I cut out when he started going to the ad stuff, but very good information as to how YouTube's algorithm works. It's off his impressions of how it works, but it makes a lot of sense. And he's a smart guy. He wouldn't say it just it's a bullshit. I think I want to actually close the eyes a little later. That's only one frame. We'll just blend it and see what happens. Just done. Actually, I want to do it quicker at the end. But you would think if somebody shouted you out or something, that it would be a boost until that video's popularity dropped. Because you could say that, and even then it would have had a link through, and if I do a search on YouTube in that time frame, I don't find anything. To me, it's a consistent increase, which to me sounds like an algorithm change. Something in the algorithm change put me in a higher priority list, putting me into a much higher visibility area, and that's what caused that. Again, it's all speculation, but it's the only thing that actually makes sense to me. Because any shout-outs, I'll get boosts from shout-outs sometimes. Not really anymore, though, because most shout-outs from people are like reaction video people that have a smaller presence, so the boost is not really noticeable. Early on, it used to be with like, was it Ratchet? He used to do ones. He had a huge following at one point, so when he would do it, I would see an actual increase. But now I don't really notice much anymore. Like even EQD, EQD used to be where there would be like, my first few days would be increases, then there'd be a huge spike from EQD. That's not even there anymore. Not that EQD doesn't have the people still following through with it, it's just that I've saturated that market so that most of the people that go to there are probably already subscribed, so I'm going to get less and less and less and less out of it over time. just a little bit more up.
This will be This will be frickin' This will This will be frickin' This will
I think her mouth needs to be open more here. Where's your jawbone? Well, and I've gotten quite a few front page posts. Seth and EQD subbed to me, so I get on anytime I put out anything pony related, it's almost always on a solo post. But it doesn't really do anything anymore. I mean, it's great and it does give some exposure. It really, the main benefit I see to it is it's another place to read comments from, because I love reading comments. So, but yeah, I think like oh, thought that would auto completed. I don't go there enough anymore. I mean, I haven't put out stuff for months, and even then, I bet you I could have probably run into something I made pretty quick. He's been doing a lot more model stuff though, showing, but even like one page worth is already in a January. So I put out something in October. Yeah, so like there's Port Scootaloo, watch below. They don't even put a text in there anymore. So I mean, I get it all the time, but it's not what it's. EQD is still good, but you can only take so much out of a market before there's nothing left in that market. It's like if you go to a town of 40,000 people and they're the only ones that can subscribe to you, and you get 20,000 of them to subscribe. Every person after that's going to get harder and harder and harder. The first thousands of subs were the easiest, and then it's just gotten harder and harder and harder. Because you start having people with different tastes, different likes. Some people that, like me, that don't like being oversubbed, and so they, or that like to just find it through other mediums. So you're never going to get 40,000 out of 40,000. But even then, the only number I actually cared about is one of them, and that was because having that is kind of cool. But besides that, like, I really don't care. Like, there's no benefit to a higher number unless you're trying to make money. But even then, I'm not. So what's the benefit to it? Nope. I hit the goal I wanted to, and then I just stopped caring. That's way too many. You're gonna have to snap that one. Yeah, actually, like, if you even think dead channels too, go to like DA and go to old content. So like if I go to my gallery here, let's just go down to let's go to this one. No longer has an account. No longer has an account. No account. No account. Oh, there's a video one. No account. No account. It's I had a couple of these I've looked at that are absolutely stupid how many are gone. And some of these may have been subbed to people. Maybe the number is still sitting there. I don't know. Kind of like this one. There's not much down I can do with this eye. about the best I'm gonna do. If I go any more, it's gonna look weird. Oh, too much. Yeah, I like this one. Getting some good ones already. I still like DA, but like I'll put out like, so I have 11,000 watchers on here, and it's showing I'm getting like 50 views a day. I don't really put anything on here anymore. But then like the Heroes Commission has a really cool thumbnail, really flashy, whatever. 3,000 views since I put it out 6 months ago. So it's I don't know what that number means anymore, but it's probably because most people do like I do, where you get hit with or every time I go to that page with the watch stuff, sometimes there's just, I'm following people and I just X through everything, like, because it's just too much. YouTube, the way it does things, at least tries to prioritize. Maybe the algorithm helps for that in regards, but DA just is not set up to work. And what's even worse, and I gotta stop just shutting tabs, is they have that new Eclipse version where it's supposed to be like a nicer looking version of the same page, but I hate it. Like, this is your feedback. It's all just sitting in like a feed, but it's harder to see it in large numbers. Comments get missed. And I just like, I like, where do I go to like the people I follow? Is it watch? I'm not even sure anymore. So, oh, okay. So this is people I watch. So I guess this is better because it's focusing on the content a little bit better. But still, DA has never been good about trying to present the content in a clickable format. It's just saying, here's a bunch of crap. It's like they're throwing a jigsaw puzzle across the floor, and they're like, find your art in there. And I mean, you can find little pieces that are really nice, but overall it's just intimidating and doesn't feel worthwhile to take the time to do it. Well, my main thing that I stopped using Eclipse, I went to it when it first came up. I'm like, well, I'll give it a shot, because I definitely could use an upgrade. My main problem was, I was like, how the hell do we get to journal? I found it eventually. And it's, if you go and look at I don't even know how to get to past ones now. I don't even know anymore. But anyways, if you actually go and look, if you post a journal on the Eclipse, it was separate from the other one. So if I posted a journal on the regular version, it was not showing on Eclipse. And if I posted on Eclipse, it was not showing on the old one. So if I went to it right away and I made a post, majority of people missed it. And when I realized that, I just completely stopped using it. I didn't see, I was like, what's the point if I'm not actually getting anybody to see this stuff? I wouldn't be surprised if that was just a problem and it was fixed. but it was enough to make me stop using it immediately and not even care about going back. But no, the main reason I have DA is just as a place to put pictures. I really don't care otherwise. And I do follow some people that every now and then post something that I go and look at, but not much. And it's not because of the quality of content, it's just the medium. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me too. But I can kind of understand that. Like at work right now, I'm working on redesigning a system that they have for continuous improvement, and their old system sucked. And I went through and planned out the whole database and everything, and it would be pretty easy to implement the new one if the other one didn't exist. But now I have two things that are going to do similar things, and some data does cross over, but some doesn't. And so if I want to try to merge one into the other, it's going to take a lot of work. But we're thinking about just saying screw it and putting everything else as legacy data and just saying new system now. So it's because when DeviantArt was originally created, it was probably back in before even HTML5. And if that's the case, then the system is old and the data is probably not even maintained in any current format. And so trying to upgrade it, you either have to maintain legacy data formatting, which is going to, it's essentially like you're taking, you're driving a Lambo with a trailer. It's going to look tacky and it's probably going to weigh it down and you're not going to get performance out of it. Or you just literally cut it out from the other stuff and say, well, we're moving to the future now. That was actually one of the reasons for XML, extensive markup language. I forgot the accent. Anyways, XML was to be a data type storage to go into the future because it was fully customizable and anybody could read it because it was easy to do, instead of having all these different formats. When I started getting into computer science in terms of web development, it was during the transition from old everybody having their own way of doing things to HTML5, and that was an interesting time to be on the website because you saw everything go from an absolute mess to structure and order, and it was like every day was like, oh my god, look at this, oh my god, it was so good. I was in there at the perfect time. I wonder if I want to move this. Yeah, I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to do separate just in case. So down, and do I want to go to a side? Down a little faster. Nope. Actually, I think I want to do a little bit of eye convergence. I like this one so far. Okay, oh, it's because I was right here. That may look weird. I think if I do that and a little less, and we'll go to the right a little bit. So put it more towards the center. More to the right. There, that works. Ah, it's position. It's position man's the last man standing with Joe Blackenberg. Okay, so the guy we started with position music. Yeah, no wonder that's good. I think I want her. Let's go wide. I didn't think you want to add that one. Oh no, I already did. Okay, yeah, I'm forgetting. I feel like it's weird, but I need to do that. Yeah, that works better. Now that everything's moving, I can put it into weird positions I normally wouldn't. I think I'm gonna take blend that some of that back in. think here too, the tongue needs to be more visible. Okay, it's a 1 hour one, so. But it's 1 hour of piano music. Piano's my favorite instrument, so that's okay.
We'll be frickin'. This will be frickin' sick. This will be frickin' sick.
I think what I'm gonna do here is I want to take the camera, maybe camera 2, and I'm gonna take where it goes backwards, or before it goes back. I'm gonna change its position a little bit. Backing it up just no, backing it up, maybe turning it down just a teeny bit. 2 ticks. There we go.
This will be frickin' sick. This will be frickin' sick. This will be frickin' sick. This will be frickin' frickin' sick! Frickin' sick! We'll be frickin' sick! Be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' be frickin' be frickin' be frickin' sick! We'll be frickin' sick! Be frickin' this will be frickin' sick! Be frickin' sick!
I wonder if I should have her eyes closed for much longer here.
This will be frickin' this will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick!
Yeah, I like it better there. Hello, fan. Yeah, it's good. Love working with audio.
This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' this will this will be Hypothesis.
I think I want to change. Let's see if her eyes work if I change them to
Hypothesis.
be her other eyes here.
Now fire the rocket! Now fire the rocket! Hypothesis. This will be frickin' sick! 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 Frickin' sick! Frickin' sick! Sick! Frickin' sick! This will be frickin' this will
I wonder if instead of having the camera swap to being at her,
this will
I think I might actually like that more.
This will be frickin' sick!
Yeah,
This will be
that's actually a lot better.
this will be this will be this will be
I think I'm gonna have to stay with the two fades though.
this will be frickin' this will be this will be this will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick!
I think I grabbed some of the yeah.
This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' this will be this will
If I could listen to only one instrument the rest of my life, I could just listen to this stuff nonstop.
this will be frickin' sick! This will hypothesis. 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 Get. Hypothesis. Now fire the rocket. Now fire the rocket. Now fire the rocket. Hypothesis. Now fire the rocket. Hypothesis. This will be frickin' sick. Sick.
She needs more drastic motion at the beginning of it though.
This will
Now that the camera is zooming in instead, I can definitely take more advantage of it.
This will be this
There's just something about piano that's great. I have one under my bed too. I originally was learning how to play it for a while. I was originally learning it for one purpose, and that was I want to see if anybody. Yeah, so I want to know if anybody can guess what this song is. This is my favorite song on piano. And the original is good, but the piano version is the best.
This will be frickin' sick! This will be...
This part you might not know, but you might be able to catch it in a minute. I learned piano how to play this song. Not this part of it, but the part in about 3 seconds. I know how to play. Used to.
This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick!
I'm trying to just see if I get all the nuances over down here. It's from a video game. Probably came out over 10 years ago now. PlayStation 2 era. No, not Nier. Though, oh my god, that soundtrack. Like, that is a good soundtrack, too. Nier, actually, I don't think is that old. Nier, I think, is only in the last, 5 years. This is probably more than 10. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, 2005 or 2006. Maybe around there. 2006, 2007, maybe? Halo's good, too. But Halo's got a couple good ones. And then all the rest are just the same thing. Not Phantasy Star. You are going along that kind of same area though. I think both those might be owned by the same company though. I think Nier is. No, I can't remember. No, Nier is. Dot Hack is another really good one though. No, that one doesn't have really. That one's a little bit different on how it does its music, but it's really good. God, now you're just making me think of all this nostalgic old, really good music. This is my favorite part of the song, too. The guy that plays this does a great job. Oh, Xenoblade. I want to play that again. That was a good game. Good song. It's actually the song on Final Fantasy X-2 when you open the menu, the very first song. No, yeah, it's the very first song that plays in the menu, and I bought online. This is back when I made very dirt poor money. I spent a lot. I bought like every piano soundtrack from the Final Fantasy series. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, and I think even 12. And I love those. My mom even didn't ever play video games, but she wanted copies of them because they were so good. Oh, well, okay. If you never played Final Fantasy, and then you really would not know that one because 10-2 is not a good game, but it had absolutely stupendous music. That game had some of the best songs from the series on it, but it was with a bad game. 8 was good, but it's one I probably played the least out of the main sequence. If you ever are able to, though, you have to go into the kind of older type genre of that style. Final Fantasy VI is probably the best in the series that they've ever done. It's the old Super Nintendo format, but I own it on my phone, PC, and I still have the Super Nintendo cartridge floating around. If that comes out on Switch, I'll get it again. It is to me the best Final Fantasy they ever made. And I know that there's a lot of nostalgia looking back on that. 7, I think, is overhyped. 9 is good, but not to everybody. Hironobu Sakaguchi, the guy that made Final Fantasy, quit after 9 because he didn't like the direction the company was going on. So he made the game that he thought was the pinnacle. That was 9, and then left. After that is when the game started going until 15. 15 is 6 is my favorite. 15 is probably number 2 on my list. 15 was stupendously good. I don't think 7 was that great. 7 was good. I won't say there's anything against it. It is a very, very good game. I just think that it came out at a good time on a new system with new hardware and new everything, and it's hyped because in everybody's mind it was big at the time. If something were to come out like that now, I don't know if it would be the same. I mean with the equivalent graphics, I don't think it would be as hyped and as big as it was. It was just good for its time. 6 came out at the end of the Super Nintendo's life, and it was the best that the system could do. Same with Super Mario RPG. In terms of RPGs, that is actually one of my favorite games of all time too. That one, I really want to see them come out with a Switch version of it. If they did that, I would love. The interesting tidbit, Super Mario RPG was so ahead of its time in terms of graphics that the system couldn't handle it. So to make up for the lack of memory that the system had, it incorporated its own memory into the game cartridge that it would use along with the system's memory, because it was actually processing 3D. And it ended up working, but the game came out just right as the new systems came out. And so it kind of got thrown into the background, but it is an immensely good game. If you're ever able to play it, again, it's an older style of game, but for a Mario game, it was a partnership between Nintendo and Square. So it's the same team that made Final Fantasy helped make an RPG with Mario, and you could tell it is a solid RPG. Yep, Pog. Well, what's the little puppets? What puppets? I can't remember all their names. There's a bunch of characters from there that I think were also very memorable. But yeah, I want that to come out on Switch so bad.
I'll be freaking sick.
I feel like What's bothering me with your eyes right now is that I need something with a smaller pupil. Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy. Muppets RPG, man.
This will be. This is.
Her eyes come up too fast. Let's see if I can delay them a little. She's hitting the peak really early. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Well, let's try just straight doing this. That's a little better. Rainbow Connection sing along. Okay, sure.
Frickin' sick! Frickin' sick! Frickin' sick! Frickin' sick!
I feel like her eyes still are like... I can't have her be angry with a wide eyes at the same time. Because I can, like, increase... like the wide, but then I start getting the clipping in here. Actually, there we go. That might do it. So we're going to just decrease this to 0. Put that up a little bit. Oh, and I think I know the other thing that would make this work better too. Usually with some of these, I just need to grab the bones. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, that's a little bit more manic. Can I drag these up at all? Yeah, I can.
Frickin' sick!
No, I think you're sick, Twilight. She's got exfoliants. That's how I feel in the morning sometimes. Kind of looks like a bulldog. Woof, 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 woof. No, I actually feel bad for her. That kind of makes my eyes weird.
Sick! Frickin' sick!
Okay, let's see if I can take all the other times. Yes, I feel like a pony in the mooring. No, you said mooring. If you're gonna stick with me being late when I was on time, I'm gonna stick with what you said. Can I make her eyes better with this too? Yep, I can.
Hypothesis. The racket.
Okay, so for here, probably need it as well.
Hypothesis. Fire the racket! Fire! Oh, fire the racket! Hypothesis. This will be frickin' sick! Fire the racket! Hypothesis. This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick! Frickin'
Bonkers.
I'll be frickin' sick! I'll be frickin' sick! Be frickin' sick! Be frickin' sick!
There, I like that. It's a lot more emotion in there.
Frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick!
Unless I'm gonna do like a Twitch.
This will be frickin' sick!
I think it works, but it has to be super small. It has to be more of a twist, too.
Frickin' sick!
Maybe not.
Frickin' sick!
If I do that, I have to have her doing some other kind of movement. Kind of want to extend that for a little bit. Okay, half second's too much. That should be fine. We need a hoof stomp noise. I don't think I have any hoof sounds yet, though. I swear I do. Footsteps. Yeah, Twilight did it right here. Right there. Barely hear it. Okay, I'm gonna go full audio on that one. I think it's just because it's short. How do I do that? I thought it was like just the mouse wheel. So with like Alt or something, and you can. There it goes. Okay. Okay, yeah. So the sound effect only goes that far. Though she is hitting on metal, so I should try to get some kind of impact on metal. Which might be a buzzsaw sound coming. Oh. Okay, if it's load. Did I load a model yet? No, I don't think I did. We're very exquisite today. Or proper. I animate with my pinky out. So we just need like a metal impact. It's not impact of metal, it's debris. There we go. It's tile though. There's got to be. There is metal without that. It's too hollow. What's the difference between large and medium and small? They all sound the same. I know there's a better one than that. I'm not gonna search through them all, so let's go back to those. Actually, that one of these might work. What's the shortest possible one? Do this one. Wait, no, this one I did want to fill. Come on. Can't remember the exact button press you need to do to get that extension thing to pull out. Whatever. I want to see where the audio is for this. I'm going to slow it down a little more. Ooh. That's fine.
This will be frickin' sick. This will be frickin' sick. Frickin' sick.
Actually, having her like breathe heavy afterwards would be the best, but that would be tough to do to look right. Okay, so that was quiet one. Now it's going to pick back up. I already like this one. still think a lot of this is too quick. I think I know what I need to do. Problem is I try to get rid of the teeth without changing too much else. I thought there was a nostril flare one. Might be thinking a different one. Is that going to change anything? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to do that. Because I'd have to, I think to even make it look right, I'd have to figure out all the different nuances of how to moving her so that it did it. So I think I'm gonna just skip it for now. Oh dear. I think I might actually keep that at 0 and just go with the squint. Might extend the end of this one by like 4 frames. Yeah. Too little time to determine what's going on otherwise.
Frickin' sick!
A full curve? No. Can I give her like a creepy smile to go along with that? Look. Kind of. A lot of it's gonna kill the maybe. I don't think I can get that to connect in any reasonable way. Kind of maybe make it work with this. I don't think it's gonna work, but you never know. Fix a little bit of this edges if it works out. But if I'm getting zero pucker and just the stupidest, like... The only way to get the one that would be like a frickin' super stretch would be if I could get the... Well, actually, wait, there is a bone that does that. Kind of. Probably not gonna give me what I want. But... Oh, that your head's in there. Get your head out of there. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. She's smiling. Yeah. I mean, that's not too bad. Oh, and actually, this would help. Yeah, there was gonna go back to what it was. See, that one's not that bad. Though I do think as soon as it hits that, it needs to do the cheeks up a little bit. Why on my face? Actually, I think I might actually take the ear device there. We're gonna go and have it so that it, like her jaw will actually come up then. to add it back a little bit. Maybe like 2 more frames. Yeah, that'll work good. 2 frames doesn't sound like a lot, but it is 1/12 of a second. So I think I'm running at 24. No, 30. So 6 is 1/15. No, that's way too little. 1/5, so 20%. Or no, I did 2 frames. Sorry. So yeah, 2 frames is 1/15. Blah. A lot can happen in 1/15 of a second.
Frickin' sick!
I'm hoping I can find a way to fix the clothing here, or the shot's not going to work as well as I wanted to. does go up a little bit. I don't know where. Seems like they're being influenced by something else. No, it can't be. I think it's just my other emotion interfering with it. Oh. Could also be because this is so damn close. Nah. I just want to deal with it. Oh, video's done. This might be too far back. Yeah. So from here to here, it's got to be zoomed in more. This is moved just a teeny bit further back. The focal planes work better if they're just past something, not just in front of it. And this loses focus in the for a second there, but that's fine because she'll just be motion blur anyway. I gotta adjust things here. Alright, for the most part though, I think that this one is done.
Hypothesis. This will be frickin' sick!
Yeah, I think I can call this one at least like done for refinement, or needing refinement later, but I wonder if a camera shake would help there too. No. If she stomped here, like, go for some extreme camera work here.
Frickin' sick! Frickin' sick!
It just kind of
Frickin' sick!
pops up there.
Frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick!
That actually kind of works.
This will be frickin' sick! This will be frickin' sick!
Problem is when she does all that, it's gonna look like this. The motion blur is gonna make it look worse. I think it works, but I think it would have to be done in post, which is like actually it's probably just easier to find down here. So think here, I did that for the rocket. Oh, this one doesn't have it. I did a rocket render, didn't I? I just didn't upload it, I think. Okay, well, I guess I do have to go here. Oh. Just want to see how that looked again. R. Oh, size white records. There we go. I think here. Yeah, because that's this was the cheapest possible type of post one, where I think yeah, you can kind of tell though it's you have to know what you're looking for, but if you do a screen shake, it's pushing things out of frame, so you can have it where it mirrors the video across, and so it shakes but it adds in the mirror. And normally for like some of these sides you can't really notice it, but you can see up here when the new mirror kicks in, you can see the mirror of the rocket. So but the other way to do that is you render at like 4K and then scale it down, or like scale it down just a bit bigger than 1080 or something. But I plan to do some 4K anyway, so this is the cheat way to do it. And every now and then down the sides you can see like a pole just starts to repeat the other direction for a short bit, but it's only a couple pixels. But the reason to do it in post is that I can maintain motion blur for slight motion, but I don't have the motion blur of the camera shaking all over the place. So, but I think it works out pretty well here. And I think even I think that beginning shake is also through it. Nope, it's not, because there was no repeat. But you can see it after that, especially right there. Anyway, so yeah, I'll probably do something like that with her instead. I think I can get away with it in this shot because, well, maybe. I'll see. Okay. Another one bites dust. Oh. So yeah, I got 3 more shots. This is probably going to be the one I work on next, is getting that one figured out. And then probably doing this shot and then fixing whatever I was going to do here. I might fix that look. I don't like that smile. It looks flat. So, anyway. I mean, I did make quite a bit of... Well, not really. But the stuff I did make progress on is important. This turned out better than I was hoping it was going to. Or than I was thinking it was going to.
This will be frickin' sick!
I didn't think I was going to be able to pull off a maniacal enough. But it actually looks pretty good. So, I'm happy with it. Anyway, so we're all good. No, I don't switch. No. Okay, so... Despite being late... No, it wasn't! You could go back and look, and it will show in the corner that I started at freaking... I think 5:59 my time. Screw your time. Your time's stupid. So, alright. I should be back well... Next week is weird. I'll be streaming at 6, but I probably will be late. My work's work schedule is weird in that I work 9 hours Monday through Friday, but if there's a holiday that day, I only get paid for 8 of it. So, because there's a holiday Monday, if I want to get my my hours for the week, I have to make up that hour throughout the week. So I'd probably be working a half hour later on Tuesday. So I wouldn't get home out of work till 5:30. So I might be a little later on that one, but that one's an okay late, not as blur to blah late. So okay, but whatever. Tuesday, we'll deal with Tuesday. And that comes happy Memorial Day and all that. So, all right. This time you can have a kitty, and then bye bye. All right, bye bye.